And we're live. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Whatever Show. I am Dana Dubois.
I'm Lawrence Winterman.
That's my best friend.
That's my best friend.
Oh my
We're just
gosh,
pointing at the camera now. We're not
yeah,
trying to.
or
Yeah.
wherever in the world he is.
Wherever in
That's
the
my
world
best
you
friend.
are, where are you? You're in a
I'm
McDonald's?
I am not at a McDonald's. I am in a secret location.
Mm.
So I am traveling again with my daughter because she is a senior in high school looking at colleges. And we are in a little city in Washington called Bellingham.
Oh,
Um,
Bellingham, how I adore you.
it's real cute here. I haven't spent much time here.
Oh
Like
God, Bellingham is so cute.
we saw last night, but I I booked the hotel as I do most of these things. Oh shit, we need a hotel like 2 days ago. The trip had been planned for a while and was like, which one's close to the school? And I was like, well, this one's weirdly affordable and it's the closest to the school and there's free breakfast. I'm going to go to this hotel. And so we pulled in last night and it's like right off the highway. It has a vacancy, no vacancy sign,
I
like it.
think actually knowing Bellingham, I think I know exactly which one you're at.
Mhm.
So that's fun.
It's completely fine.
So you're at the
Um,
sex motel, is what you're saying.
it might be a sex motel for
I'm
some
pretty sure
people.
it's a sex motel.
Yeah, I pulled up and you have your kid with you, you're like, but the more impactful thing immediately is that, like, I actually took a photo of the front lobby as I was standing outside, but it's like the size of a biscuit, and they have a free continental breakfast. It's one of those, with the machines where you can like squeeze out the waffle, um
Mm.
like
Mm-hmm.
the goop to make the waffles into a cup and then pour it into a thing to make your waffle in the morning. And I was like, there's nowhere here I can podcast. Like, it's so small, and the reception desk is right there too. And so I was like, shit, why am I going to do this? Because like our room isn't big, and my daughter's still asleep, and it's dark out. You can probably see it's actually really pretty, at least in my camera. I was starting to get like the blue of morning. But I'm in a Starbucks.
Blue
Think
of morning. Oh, she's a poet, everybody.
no, I'm being literal. Like, the sky is blue.
Yes, no, I was being facetious.
Okay. It is. I mean, doesn't it look really blue, like blue gray behind me?
It does.
So anyhow, I walked into this Starbucks and I'm the only person in here. Um, but the barista was so nice. I'm like, so I need to like blather on a podcast for an hour with a light above me. Can I go sit in the corner? And he was like, do whatever you want. So I got a venti tea, and I'm squatting here in the corner of the Starbucks to talk to you, Lawrence, and
Aw.
everyone else. Let me open my. I got to open up over here so that I can join the chat. But yeah,
Yes,
we
the gang's all here in the chat.
good, good. The Let me open it here. Make sure my sound is off, and say hello, hello, all. Oh, thank you, Melissa. I appreciate you saying I'm committed. Committed to both my child and to all of you. Um, yeah, we went out in like downtown. I think it was downtown Bellingham. It's like the little historic district, Fairhaven, I think it's called, right on the water. And the place was called the Black Cat, in case anyone's ever here. And it
Aw,
had that
cute.
like the Chat Noir painting by, is that Toulouse-Lautrec? It's very Art Nouveau era.
Yes, I know
And
exactly which one you're talking about, but I
yeah, the
don't
cat.
know who it is.
And it was adorable. And yeah, it was nice. So I'm excited to go check it out while it's light out, after the college tour. But first, Lawrence, I'm excited to talk to you. How are you doing? How's everything going? We haven't had a
Uh,
chance to catch up.
I so I'm okay. The update on my mom is they found more cancer, sadly. So we are planning for a full mastectomy probably the first week of December.
Oh,
Um,
shit, Lawrence. Yeah, I'm hearing this for the first time too. So did you talk to her doctor today?
we have an appointment with the oncologist on December 4th, and
Oh, honey,
we're
I'm sorry.
imagining that they're going to schedule the surgery for very soon after that. And, when we talk to the oncologist, we'll figure out like chemo, radiation, whatever else in addition to surgery.
Okay.
But I mean, she's a Spitfire, right? Like on Saturday,
She
she was like, I
is.
need you to come over and help me get the leaves out of my yard, because like she may have
That's the most
cancer, but
important.
her yard had better look good. By gum, Ms. Jane Shaw, at the age of 84, wants to make sure that her yard is spotless. And so,
Oh, yes.
I was over there on Saturday morning, or Saturday afternoon, I guess, driving the little lawnmower thing around,
Oh,
sucking all the leaves into the bags, and she's fine. I think the rest of us are kind of freaked out.
yeah.
And I processed that and my kind of exhaustion from working like a crazed banshee for the last several weeks, and the trip to Seattle by sleeping all weekend and watching Ken Burns' American Revolution, which is
Oh,
fantastic.
okay.
Chef's
I haven't.
kiss, incredibly good.
Mwah. Well, I'm so sorry to hear about your mom. Please give her all the hugs from me, and I'm hugging you too. I Yeah, it's so hard to know what to say other than fuck.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah.
yeah. Thanks everyone, and thank you, Dana.
Keep
I
updating
told her that you
us.
said hello.
Good.
She's in good spirits, and she's 84, and I guess pragmatically, her opinion is kind of like, I'm 84. It had to be something at some point. So I guess it's breast cancer. But I mean, she's not giving up. She's just, you know, she's absurdly pragmatic in the face of a cancer diagnosis.
Yeah. That sounds like Jane. I mean, it does, and we all face such things with such composure. I hope everything goes well. Obviously, I don't even know what to say other than I wish I were closer so I could help more.
Yeah. Well, again, I say I'm glad I'm here. Like I
Yes.
knew I, people thought I was crazy, but I knew intuitively that I had to be here. The
Yeah,
drive
you
was really
did.
strong. And so a year and a half ago, I moved here and I'm here. So I'm here to help.
Yes.
And
Gosh, can you
that's the
imagine how
plan.
helpless it would feel if you weren't there? I
Yeah, it
mean,
would be crazy.
yeah, that is likely my future. My parents are very far away, so I get it. I'm very glad that you were close.
Yes, me too. How are you this morning, Dana? Other than
Um,
tired and in Bellingham, and it's fun to watch the sky lighten behind you.
right? See, you mocked my blue morning, but it is a blue morning.
It is. Yeah. I feel like
Um,
I keep wanting to like use the color picker tool and sample that color and just watch the hex code change.
oh my
That's what a
God,
dork I am.
that's that would be kind of cool.
What hex
You know what?
color is that? Oh,
I'm
hex.
doing. Oh yeah, I'm doing well. It's even though this isn't like a vacation, to fly up, not fly, but to zip up here in my car for an overnight, see college, zip home, go back to work tomorrow. But I am off work. That makes me very happy for a day to put that down. And I'm excited to see this school. And I have a few half stories written. I'm trying to decide which one to finish writing next.
Hmm.
But one of them is about how I've been so uh, wrapped up in helping my child take flight and figure out her path and college and all of that, that I have spent very little time acknowledging the grief I'm going to feel when she leaves. And so I'm starting it, but to finish that one is probably going to make me cry a lot. So I that will be coming soon, I hope. Um, and I did this wild thing last night. I posted this to Substack right before I went to bed, Pacific Coast time. But Linda Carroll, who is a wonderful writer I know from Medium and on Substack, she writes a lot about writing, writers on writing kind of stuff, and then
Yeah.
also about AI. And she has always been a kind of, I don't want to say a skeptic because that's not quite right, but she has some harsh words to say about AI and the potential impact of it on writing, et cetera, et cetera. But she posted something last night that was fascinating that she she had read to do this and was skeptical and tried it. And she had a prompt. I can't remember the exact wording because I don't have it pulled up, but it was like around like, "Hey, Chat GPT, from what you know about me,
Oh, is this
tell
a
me my blind spots."
right? Right. I've seen other people posting this.
Yes, I inputted it, Lawrence. And you may be replaceable. I'm kidding.
Aw.
You, as my best friend of 40 plus years, ChatGPT might see my blind spots more. I'm completely being tongue in cheek, but it's that good. It was about relationship. It was about work. I didn't even dive. I couldn't even finish it because I was so tired. But like, it kept asking, "Do you want me to dig deeper?" But here was the alarming part. I was like, "What is your source? How do you know all of this about me?"
What did it say?
And well, first I said, "So you're reading my text messages and my emails?" And it was like, "No, no." And you're here listening in on my phone conversations. And it was like, "No, no, no. I don't have access to any of that." That was where I left off. But I was like, I know, I'm a public writer. I write about relationship and things like that. But, but still, how did it know that much? I don't, it kind of, when I first asked it, it was sort of like, "Well, I'm taking psychology and I'm blah, blah, blah." I'm like, that. So I asked directly about my text messages and it said no, but I don't think I believe it. Although,
Crazy.
well, because I don't think ChatGPT can go listen to this, right, to us. So I'm like, where are all of your sources coming from? And I know for someone like me or someone like you, Lawrence, there's an immense amount of information because, I do use ChatGPT as an editor. So when I write something, I put it in there and I'm like,
Yeah.
when I'm writing, I ask it, what are my blind spots? Where are the transitions unnatural? I don't have it write for me, but I do have it poke holes in my writing. So it does know a bit from that, but I was like, And so far, everyone who's tried it is like witchcraft. I'm looking here at the chat to see it has a very kinetic ability to synthesize dots of information. It's not smart, just articulate. It was, yes, of course, it's not human, so it's not smart in that sense, but I need to synthesize the information that it gave about me. I mostly dug into the relationship part because that was the first thing it offered. And I didn't really have the brain power for the career part, but it was a bit eerie how accurate it was around me. And one of the central parts, it's a very big part of the story we're going to talk about today, our viral stories, was it was like, what did it say? It was like, you assume empathy for, um, can't remember the word it used, but it was around the idea of like I'm kind of helpless in the face of emotional empathy. Oh, for intimacy, they're like it's not the same thing. The fact that someone is opening up and being very real with you and telling you all of these things when what they're telling you is around their lack of availability or some of their hesitations, like that's not the same thing as intimacy. They're giving you see it as an open. It said to me, you see it as an open door. You should see it as a deal breaker. You should leave. And I was like, wow, that's, I mean, I felt very called out. It was very accurate. And what was the other really big one that I was like, oh my God, that it was like people who read your writing, men who read your writing or show up for you, they're here to admire you. That doesn't mean they want to be with you. You don't want an admirer. You want a partner and an equal. And they should have
Wow, I think
respect
I
for what
am replaceable.
I'm kind of summarizing, but it was wow. Um, and I like Amber, I'm going to be a small batch artisan organic writer for sure. Fuck AI as a writer, Amber, Dr. Hall. I'm totally with you. Like, um, it is a good, for me, it is a good editor. When I write because of how left brain, right brain, like I become this big swirl of all of these things. And I do, I have leaned on friends before, writer friends, and they are also great, but I can't tax them as
Oh
much as
no. Oh
what,
no.
what,
I just did it.
what did it say? What did it say, Lawrence?
Oh shit.
Is it
Oh
calling you
my
out?
oh my god. Well, I did say don't sugarcoat it. I said Knowing what you know about me, tell me my top 5 blind spots and how they manifest in my life. Don't sugarcoat it. Number one, you treat every project like it's on fire, even when it isn't.
Hmm.
Oh my God. You
What
take
else? What
on
else?
number two. I mean, seriously, like this is crazy. Your brain runs on maximum overdrive as a default, not an exception. How it shows up, you start 3 major initiatives at once because they all feel critical. You escalate
Yep.
everything to must fix right now, from domain reputation to thumbnails to SEO brand guidelines. True. You burn cycles on micro details like hex codes.
Okay, well, recency bias, that's fair.
Yeah. You exhaust yourself, overload your plate, and occasionally confuse motion for progress. You get a ton done, but at a cost. Your cognitive bandwidth and long-term sustainability take hits. God damn, that's just number one. Number two, you take on leadership, creative strategy, and operations roles simultaneously. Your blind spot is you don't believe anyone can do it as well as you, so you try to do it all. I am so called out.
Yeah,
Number
yeah.
three, you underestimate how much emotional labor you shoulder for everyone. Uh, oof. Number four, you think in systems, but you also live in chaos.
Oh my
Number
God.
five, you equate productivity with worth. Ah.
Do you need to go cry now, Lawrence? You okay?
I think I'm okay. Oh my God, I'm seen. I'm undone.
Right. It was the thing with ChatGPT. Whenever I ask it to write or test how it can write, I'm always like, stop, 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 stop. Terrible. But these, when it was like coming back, like there were several parts where I startled. I was like, it's so good. So it really, yeah, it was a bit alarming, honestly. I am going to go back and like cut and paste the salient points and like print them out. They were that good for me.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I should
Um,
hang these on my wall, and they should be like the
yeah,
demotivators or whatever, you
yes.
know?
I haven't even really jumped into the work stuff, but at a high level, I talked about Gen Xe and me, and it was a like you still talk about yourself like you're entering the room and pulling up, trying to figure out where you're going to go when you already have a seat at the table. Sit down and start leading. And I was
Ooh,
like, oh, I do that, don't I? And it jumped in, and it was like, you're creating magic. Stop thinking you aren't doing enough, and do more. Anyways, I'm not going to do a great job of paraphrasing, but it was an eerie experiment, and I may reach out to Linda and see if I can get her on the show because she has been such a skeptic before, but there are things it does well and things it does not do well, and we can't ostrich about technology. We can fight where it's not great. And there are certainly areas, as we've talked about, where I'm like, AI is not ready and is not great at that. But Erie, it was really good at knowing, at like, oh, you silly human. It's so easy to synthesize all the parts of you that you've been telling me without knowing you were telling me.
right. No, seriously.
Right. So, yeah, that was kind of wild. Um, I'm looking at the chat here. Oh God. Polly is saying she read a story last night about an AI assisted toy bear for kids that told them where to find pills and knives and then
Oh my
asked
God.
for matches. Oh my God. If you have that link, Polly, send it over. That's alarming. That's another story I have half written, as you know, Lawrence, about the dating AI prompts that tried to lure me out of my house to presumably kill me. So that was not great use of AI, but um, yeah, I was hoping to write last night, but we were just too tired at the time
Yeah.
we got back to the hotel. Also, I'm laughing at my like hotel shampoo hair. It's not my best hair day.
I mean, it doesn't look bad. The color is
Mm.
vibrant, at least.
That is the glow of the
The fluorescent lights in
service.
Starbucks.
They're not fluorescent. But yes, it's. Yeah, I'm not going to turn the camera, but they're like floodlight style lights, and then I have my ring light, so they're not too bad, really. Excuse me, and it is now daylight, as you can see around me. So, hooray, hooray,
Right.
um, hooray for the big dark. In Washington, we tend to call this time of year the big dark because we're so far north that in the summer our days are very, very long.
I know you're not telling me.
I'm not telling you, I'm telling the audience. Lawrence used to live here, but I said to you, it's the big dark. I know you know what that means. But here it means like by 5 p.m. it's dark out, and you know, takes till about 7:30 till it's fully vibrant out with light.
Right. And even in the middle of the day, it's probably
Great,
overcast and rainy.
a lot of days, but I'm one of the weirdos who loves it. To me, it feels very peaceful. So other than AI knowing our darkest, most innermost truths even better than we know about ourselves,
Yeah, other than that, what's up?
other than that, what's
We
up?
both have kind of gone viral lately.
We
You
both
know,
had kind of a viral-ish. Here I go. I can hear ChatGPT yelling at me. But viral for me, maybe viral for you, not viral like millions of people are watching this, but you know, so viral for Substack and where we are in Substack. Can we talk about your story first? Well, because what I think was interesting is for both of us, mine is a written story and yours is a daily whatever show
hmm
that happened a couple weeks ago. So we're not
yeah,
going to actually get the benefit of the algorithm that you get when it happens in the first day or two,
yeah.
as we've come to
I mean, I
learn.
think people
But
might have seen it. So yesterday
yeah,
and the
tell
day
us about
before,
tell us about the show first, I guess, and then what happened. It's
um,
a show when I wasn't here.
right. So, yeah, a couple weeks ago when Dana was on a secret mission, we had Marlon Weems on the show, and he'd asked me, what I wanted to talk about, and I said, you know, I want to talk about reparations. I think it's a really important topic that has been pushed to the side for a million years, and um, you know, and partly like I just want to move the Overton window. I want to start the conversation about reparations because I feel like, I mean, people who watch the show know this theory, that I have that we share, Dana, which is that Gen X is partly about healing generational trauma. That like
Oh yes.
we're all kind of stumbling through trauma and healing, and so I believe that generationally we need to do that too,
Yeah.
and for the country, and for our ancestors and our families and
Yeah.
whatever. And so the the show with Marlon was just a really honest conversation. Marlon is a black guy who grew up in the South. He was the one of the first, I think, uh, uh, people on Wall Street, black folks on Wall Street, to lead a trading desk. And he knows money, and he obviously knows his lived experience as a black man. And
Of course.
so we had this really open and honest conversation about how would we do it, and um, you know and really kind of threaded throughout that entire conversation was it would be really really hard to do, but it's worth doing, right? And
Yeah.
something I said explicitly at the very beginning and repeatedly throughout was I don't care that there are people who are going to say it's impossible. I care that we actually try. And so out of nowhere, this guy, Nathaniel, something or other, writes an
Oh
article.
Nathaniel.
Oh, Nathaniel, poor
Oh
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
He writes an article on why black reparations are a bad idea, right? And I read his art. So he obviously searched for reparations in Substack. We're pretty good about tagging all of our stuff, so our show came up, and he proceeded to jump in and say reparations are problematic, and then spammed a link to his article. Well, I went and read his article and basically found it to be exactly what I had figured it would be, which is it's so hard to figure out how would we even do it. It's so much money, it's all the fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
I hate hard things. I
Right.
hate
Hard is
hard.
bad. I can't do hard things unless it's
Why
giving
change
trillions
the
of dollars to
world?
billionaires. That's
Yeah.
easy through tax
Hey,
credits. Yeah. So I jumped in and basically started handing him his ass. And
you were so I love watching you on a tear on behalf of a person or a cause that you truly care about.
Well,
You all have seen it here in the Daily Whatever show when we get spammers or people who are harassing other people, and then Lawrence is just like, we don't tolerate this shit. Goodbye. That
yeah.
was kind of the vibe of how you were writing him, but you were really articulate. Carry
I,
on. I just had to praise
yeah, I mean, I
your
just,
responses.
he kind of kept coming back with the same, so his thing was like, what about the black enslavers? How would it be fair if the descendants of
Right.
black enslavers got reparations too? And I was just like,
Yeah.
okay, buddy, we're talking like less than 1% of all black people in the
Right.
like United States in the time of slavery were freedmen who owned slaves. And in most cases, when they did, it was their wives and their children. They bought their family so that they wouldn't be
Right.
separated. So, like,
Oh
you're
my God.
using like the edgiest of edge cases as a weapon, right? As a thing
Yes.
to sow FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and make it seem
Yes.
like and making the perfect the enemy of the good. If we can't make it 100% fair, we shouldn't do it. Fuck that shit.
Yep.
So it was kind of a
I,
fun time, honestly. Just
yeah.
and
I'm
then he
putting the link
demanded
in
I
the
answer
chat
his
now.
questions, and I was like, sure, here are your answers.
Uh, yes, I think I got the right one there. I just put the link in the chat, but it's from October 29th, the episode with Marlon
Right.
Weems. And how many comments is this up to now? Because it did okay when it first went live. Like you're up to 34 comments and 4 restacks. And I think most of those comments are you and others. It was really nice to see other people weigh into and just be like, sir, yeah, his name is, do you want me to say his name or do we not even say his full
I
name?
mean, I don't care. You know,
Nathaniel Perry, and his publication is called Essential History.
mm,
The summary is history doing stuff is hard. Um, and all he wrote was reparations are problematic on a number of levels with a link to a story called The Problem with Black Reparations, written by a white man. Um, uh, on a number of levels, like AI might as well have written it. I mean, it's like on a thanks for that insightful. Which levels? How many levels? Um,
yeah.
and then I
Marlon
Lawrence.
wrote back and said, for whom?
Yeah.
And he said, for everyone. And that was what kicked me off. I was like, oh God, oh my God, how can
Right.
we ever come back?
Right. From that pithy, like clearly well articulated argument. Can I read what you wrote because
Sure.
I have it pulled up here now, and I do love a good Lawrence pop off so much. He said, "Oh damn, Marlon, he got us. Problematic for everyone is completely unfuckwithable as a counter argument." Ben said, "Dear Mr. Perry, congrats on searching reparations and posting your essay for engagement. You got me. I read it. I am afraid I do not give a single fuck if reparations are problematic or difficult. They should still be done. We can do hard things, and hand waving away the issue as too hard to confront is the exact same bullshit that's landed us in this MAGA Trump fuckhole of a timeline to begin with. Please go take your bullshit concerns to Susan Collins Island where someone might buy them. You cannot sell them here." That
Yeah.
was how it started. And that did not deter Mr. Perry, did it? I can
No,
see
no, he
he's,
he continued to come back, and it devolved
uh,
into a bit of name calling, mostly
oh,
because I
look at all
couldn't
that.
resist the urge to call him child and son and
Oh,
Nate
Lawrence.
and Natty.
Oh my God, yeah. I don't know Trina Cassadine, but she put a comment in here that was nice that I liked. Let's worry about the white enslavers and the reparations owed there, since almost all those enslaving people were white. We'll worry about the minuscule number of so-called black enslavers later. Let's worry about the people who created and perpetuated the institution of chattel. And then she went on from there, and he was like, "No, let's worry about the black enslavers now." What a weird thing. That's like when you mention anything about violence and people are like, conservatives will be like, black on black violence. is that a straw man? I always forget the different kinds of
Yeah, the
rhetorical
rhetorical,
patterns.
right. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Or is it a
I
non sequitur? I think it's a straw man. I forget. I didn't take philosophy, and I tend to forget which. All I know is that it's a, or maybe it's a cliche terminating argument.
yeah. Yanni saying, "I wonder what country he's really from." I had exactly the same thought. I was like, "Oh, okay, this guy is relatively new. He's got 63 followers. It does look like
Yeah.
he's published a book. Um, I think I don't know. Yeah, he might be real. He might actually be real. But at the same time,
I
I was
think
just
he's
like,
real. His language usage. I'm sorry to report. I think he's one of ours, and by ours I
an
mean
actual human.
American, an actual human and an American, and all of that. Oh my gosh, can we do a slight pivot on topic to back to
Yeah,
the
we
news?
totally should.
Because I think you know where I'm going to go with this,
I
right?
do.
About Twitter, and yes,
Twitter.
I'm intentionally dead naming
Yeah, yeah.
forever
No, we're just
Twitter.
always gonna dead name Twitter.
So
Fuck Elon Musk's feelings.
I feel like, right, X is a stupid fucking name, and you don't get to brand a letter. So I mean, he did, but I will not honor it. So on Twitter, for those of you who maybe missed this news, um, and I don't claim to know all the ins and outs of this news, but my understanding of it is that some product person somewhere told some dev somewhere inside the hallowed walls of Twitter, probably someone who was wildly overworked and underpaid because of who
Yeah,
the boss is there. Hey, let's do this feature where it exposes where you're from, your country of origin or your city. And what it exposed was that most of the big controversial MAGA profiles were all from outside the country and from these same parts of the world where we know um, these kinds of folks are trying to take down our democracy by um, sowing a sense of discord here. Is that your understanding of the story too, Lawrence? That like they like whoopsie exposed a new feature, and suddenly people were like, "Oh, you're from Nigeria and you're from Russia," and then Elon Musk was like, "Roll it back, roll it back."
yeah. Like it lasted 2 hours because it basically exposed that 2/3 of MAGA is essentially bots that are, in Russia or Africa or Indonesia. It turns out Victor here, our friend Victor Cardenas, is actually a bot
Oh,
from Indonesia. I'm Victor. I actually had genuine feelings for you. So who says that you
oh,
can't love a robot? Not me.
yeah. I know, Victor. You're like the most benevolent bot. You're here for good, and your
Right.
command of
I think
language and
that's actually
subtlety is
his root name,
benevolent bot.
benevolent bot. Yeah.
I love that. Oh, I'm realizing, and I'm sorry about this daily boost. You had said, can I break some news here in the chat? And I said, of course. And then I started talking to the camera, and I missed it here. I know you had big news. Um, I do see you said you're flunking philosophy right now, but I think that may have been in response to me, not your big news. If someone could repost it in the chat, because I'm scrolling back up and I may miss it. I don't want to focus. I can't focus here too much and also talk, but please repeat your big news because I didn't want to miss it.
Oh,
And I,
I think it's live drop in marathon will continue until at least 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving. So I think 1 Minute Daily Boost is doing a show all day on Thanksgiving. That's Please
oh,
reconfirm because everything
yeah,
really scrolls by so quickly some days.
it really does, which we're very grateful for.
Oh, here it is. I will be co-hosting a live drop-in marathon on Turkey Day. Doors open at 12 midnight. All are welcome to drop in anytime. The doors will be open to give those who need a safe place to chill and not be alone. That's so
Oh,
awesome.
I love that.
Me too. I will definitely stop by at some point on Thanksgiving
Oh my gosh.
after
I
I am
will.
done
It's
making an apple caramel pie, which is my assigned task.
yummy. That sounds delicious. I love that. Yeah, I love that you're opening up a place. We are not hosting the Daily Whatever show that day. Programming note: Lawrence and I will be off from the show that one day, but I am going to be live at 11 a.m. Pacific, so 2 p.m. Eastern with Shar Sundas.
Aw,
And it's
my
she's been we've been
besties on a show
your two
together.
besties are going to be on a show together, and we've been talking about doing it for a while. And with my work schedule, like there's some things I feel like I can pop in and do really quickly, but to talk to Shar is going to be like a totally different headspace than I can't do it on a work day. I
Mm-hmm.
need my brain free. And I was like, why don't we do it on Thanksgiving? Is I think we're going to talk about like the healing of writing. And
Right.
we're going to get real woo. And I can't wait.
Right. Yeah.
Also,
That have a good talk. You gotta like meditate
yeah.
and sage yourself off, and yeah, get in the right
Yeah.
mind
And
space.
so I, my brain is Swiss cheese, but I'm going to nudge me daily boost and I'll remember to shout out what you're doing on ours because I think that's so important. Also, Lawrence, can you guys hear the music playing in here?
Yeah.
Can you hear
I
that
mean, I
it's
can't.
California's it's
No, I can't discern what it is, but
it's Wilco and Billy Bragg, California Stars, a song that
oh, I
reminds me
love
of
that
you,
song.
Lawrence. I do too, and I feel like we have a shared love of the song. Let's dream of you on a bed of California stars. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's pulling my heart a little bit because I love the song so much. Um, anyways, yeah, so we're exposing names of people on Twitter. We know that the people in there who are sowing discord are not actually Americans with those beliefs, which
Except
those
Nathaniel Perry, who does not believe in reparations.
right.
Which okay,
Fine.
you know what? I just want to have a conversation about it, so that we can start to pull the Overton window, right? Because if the place
Right?
that we end up is that we can't do reparations, like race-based reparations, but what we're going to do instead is, oh, I don't know, give everybody universal health care and
Right.
invest in public schools for all. Okay,
Okay, that'd be great.
I'll
Maybe
take
yeah,
that.
extra funding um, for the HB. Why am I blanking on the
HBCUs,
historically
yeah,
black
absolutely.
seniors? Thank you. This is the problem with the morning podcast. Sometimes the sharpness of my brain dulls. Yeah, that's the. This is actually. I've said this before, and I will repeat it here because I think it holds true for Nathaniel. It's like I don't mind people having opposing views from mine when they are sane and measured. Don't deny my humanity as a
Right,
woman or yours as a gay person. Like those are things I have a zero tolerance for. I won't open a conversation. But when you open a conversation about something as charged as reparations and you say it's too hard, we can't do it. That is a I don't know if it's a thought terminating cliche, kind of is, or it's at
yeah,
least it's thought terminating. It's just like we can't do it. It's hard, and so therefore you're wrong.
right,
It's like
yeah,
bring something to the table, explain why it's too hard, and let's see if we can poke some holes or nudge around what is so hard about it or what else could happen. What he was coming in is with the premise of like, I don't think people deserve this. The whole like black people enslaved other black people, like that's just crap.
right,
There's nothing there to discuss. So please, like if there, when we were growing up, like Republicans, may not have agreed with them from a policy perspective, but there was a sane other side of the house to negotiate and a wish to negotiate and talk and social and norms around how the sausage got made in terms of policy that have just disappeared.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
so my family being my family, we of course talked about this at family dinner
Yes.
last night, and didn't we're all liberals, but we don't always agree. And
Of
I
course.
got a lot of pushback on kind of the viability. And it's not, when we say reparations, it isn't just cash payments, right? Like that could be a piece of the solution, but it's likely things like land grants and free college tuition or voc-tech tuition, and tax credits for business startups, and ways to kind
Yeah.
of, the average black family in this country is something like 13 times poorer in terms of total wealth and generational wealth than the average white family. And that is absolutely because of slavery and
Yeah.
their ancestors being enslaved. It's because of Jim Crow and redlining and all of the ways in which black people and people of color have been disadvantaged in this country
Yes.
systemically. And they kind of got into my family, like, oh well, there were black tribes in Africa selling other black people into slavery. And I was like, we're talking about the United States, we're talking about our
Yes.
issue to solve, right? Like we can't, I don't know, we can't go back to Ghana and ask for money, or like what we can do is we can try to make it right within our borders and
Yes.
within the context of our history.
There was a
Um,
comment up here from Kat. Um, Hold on, I have to find it here. Oh, I don't think reparations are possible in land giving, but I think it's totally possible in small business loans so people can take care of themselves. And then this funny comment from Yanni of the lovely Oprah is a billionaire. Why do Black people need reparations argument?
right. You know, so we would do means testing, right? So Oprah wouldn't get a check. We'd be like, congratulations, you have $1 billion.
Right. You're fine.
Unfortunately, you don't qualify for reparations, right? You know, and I
Right.
would like to think that Oprah is a gracious enough person that she'd be like, you know what, you're right. Give my piece to somebody else.
Right.
Um,
Kamala Harris also not going to qualify.
right. You
Over a
know,
certain income, you don't need this.
right. Over a certain income. Yeah. You know, but
Right.
uh, I, just because it would be hard and difficult doesn't mean that we can't try. And I really
Totally
want the
true.
conversation out there that we should start thinking about trying. I think
I
we
agree.
are on the verge of the pendulum swinging back. And if we can't take advantage of this moment in history to fix some things that have been broken forever, like
Yeah.
universal health care and like,
Mhm.
you know, righting the wrongs of the social injustices, the karmic
Right.
injustices of,
Codifying abortion access for all
right,
women who need it.
codifying body autonomy and abortion access for women. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick says, if not now, when? Exactly. Thank you, Rabbi Hillel.
Are we going all Talmudic? Yeah, I love it.
Or wait, is
Um,
that one Rabbi Hillel? I can never remember.
I think
Or
it is, but bad Jew. It is in the Talmud though. If I'm only for myself, who will be?
right.
Oh, no, 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 I have that wrong. If I'm not for myself, who will be? If I'm only for myself, who am I? And if not, now when? I'm just
Yes.
making it a song. I don't think we sung it. I don't think so, but it sounded kind of nice. Should be made into a melody. Jeannie or Jean, I'm not sure how you say your name in the chat, is saying, Lawrence, do you get to play Santa at this time of year? You would make a great Santa. You want to speak to that, Lawrence?
Okay, for newbies, I did in fact have a plan to play Santa this year. Our other bestie Denise was going to make
There.
me a very fine Santa costume, but we decided and she doesn't have time to do it, and I decided that it's actually not really my jam.
I will say Lawrence played Santa at my house when the kids were smaller. I think twice. Was it for two holiday parties or just one?
Two or
I feel like
three.
I think it was two. And I have some fabulous photos of Lawrence with like 17 kids all over him. And he's like, oh, it's very funny.
There's some cute photos out there. Yes.
He was an amazing Santa.
Indeed, I've played Santa before. I have to tell you, I'm very strongly of the urge to shave my beard and mustache. Not off, but like trim them greatly.
Are you?
I am feeling that really strongly right now. My mustache, like it looks fucking great. It also looks a little weird because of the, you know, shampoo that I'm using that's trying to bring the color back. Um, but it, yeah, it's just so long. It just keeps getting in my mouth and it's driving me crazy. And
Yeah,
honestly, have you ever tried to suck a dick with a mustache this long? It's
I have not.
so infuriating.
Yeah, I can imagine it might tickle the receiver too. I could see what that would.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think he likes it, but you know.
It likes a little tickle.
Oh, also, if you're new here, I'm gay.
What? Hold on, this is my shocked face.
Yeah,
Um, Gay and mouthy. Sorry, there's some. Could you brace this? Keep it down. I'm trying to podcast over here.
right. It's so noisy.
Kidding. I'm kidding. Um, oh my God. We're talking about UBI a bit in the chat, Universal Basic Income, and because I'm raising future Democratic Socialists with my kids, they get an allowance each week if they do their chores, which has not been great lately. But at the start of every month, they get UBI and they ask for it by name. Mom, can we have our UBI? Because I'm like this. It's like $40 a month. It's not a ton of money, but it is
Nice.
like here's some money so that you can have a little fun money during the month. You get it just for existing in our home. Go forth and make it law one day, kids.
Yeah. I just want
Um,
to point out that Robin Wilding is in the chat, and Robin posted
I love
a
it.
great little note yesterday that I thought was really funny and clever.
Oh, I
Uh,
missed it. What did it say?
so it's a handy tip that whenever one of your friends like hurts you badly, you delete a letter
Mm,
from their name
mhm.
in your phone until eventually they disappear. And
I loved
it's
that.
yeah, it was like the cut a bitch rule or something. So I just want to say, Bin Wilding, I absolutely does nobody get the joke? I left off the R and the O of the
Are
name.
right. That's funny. No, I get it.
All
I would
right.
have made it Robin Wild and like I would have taken the final G off and sounded Southern.
Yeah.
I love it. And, um, you would stick around for a really long time because Lawrence Winterman, you'd have to have a lot of egregious wrongs
Yeah. I mean,
to
yeah,
get
put
rid of
my
that
middle
name.
name Edward in there. You got 23 chances to get rid of me.
I like how you knew that, just like top of mind. I did see that post, Robin, and I thought I laughed. I was like, that's some good logic. And I have known people who I should probably start doing that with, just diminishing them one by one. Let's see, what time is it? It's
Oh,
46 minutes after. Can we talk about my little viral story? Because that's a
yeah,
good
yeah.
story.
I just want to say Yanni has an article coming out. Yanni, I think this is your article about how witchcraft saved you, which I'm so down to read about. I can't wait. So
How, what saved? Sorry.
witchcraft.
Ooh,
Witchcraft.
I love that.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
very excited
Share
to
it
read
when
that.
once that's Yanni, if you want to share that in the Gen XE chat, that doesn't get a whole ton of action, but go ahead and share it there. I want to see it. So maybe we can all see it there. I am putting a link in here now. If we were smart, Lawrence, it just occurred to me because you can't hyperlink in this chat, but if we did it in like the Gen XE chat, in fact, I'm going to try this right now. Watch me go. Then it would be hyperlinked and it would be so much easier to click. And it's always up here at the top for us. So I'm going to start a new thread. Oh, I've already posted this one before because it's an older story. But can I talk about my exciting
Please.
explosion on the story? So you all have probably heard me mention the burned haystack dating method before.
With
I am
Dr.
a
Jenny Young? Why no, I've never heard you mention that
yes,
before.
Dr. Jenny Young, who is a professor of rhetoric, who has kind of revolutionized how women use dating apps. There's hundreds of thousands of us out here in social media land who've been following her. She has a book coming out next year, which I cannot wait for. HarperCollins, like she's big time. So this was probably about to become a household name. And uh, the name is funny. I'll just start there because burned haystack dating method doesn't roll off the tongue. But the lore of it is fascinating that she had an online dating profile. She was following the advice of like give men chances and da 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 da, all these things, and she just found herself completely exhausted and not meeting anybody of worth. And she Googled, how do you find your needle in a haystack? And it said, you have to burn all the hay. That's the only way to find a needle. And so her philosophy of online dating for women is the opposite of most. Give him a chance. Some men are great with texts, you know, try kickstarting things and take the lead. Her thing is she uses her professional background in rhetoric to identify rhetorical patterns that make you just be like, nope, nope, nope. and she gives the why. I can't get into the whole philosophy of it in this short amount of time, but it is the overriding premise is try not to let it take over your life because it can. And don't just swipe left, but block men you don't want to see again because otherwise they'll just keep getting recycled. And it's like this endless, this ludic loop you can get into. You can really, it gets gamified and you don't want that. The reason she's relevant in terms of the story is I have messaged with her before on Facebook and a bit on Substack, and she has shared a couple stories I've written in the past. And so I sent her this one when it first came out, and she was like, "Oh, I'm moving right now. Things are crazy. Bug me again in a week." And so I did, not thinking much would come of it, just gave her like, hey, Jenny, here's the story again. And she shared it with her Facebook group of like 300,000 amazing women. And so the traffic to the story has gone up like eightfold. Like suddenly there are all these new, really wise women reading the story, weighing in on it. Let's see, as of this morning, there's 56 comments, which, you know, oh God, I'm doing that same chat GPT says I always do. I'm not that big, but to have a sense of humility, it's not that huge. But for me, it's big, and the it's not It's not the other side of Substack. It's not men being like, well, that's because you're a ugly whore. It's nothing like that. It's these very supportive women weighing in with all of these very interesting comments, which I've restacked a few of them over the weekend, and I've been responding to them because um, I'm kind of powerless when someone reads my work and understands it and relates to it or has had similar experiences. And my big takeaways, a lot of women have faced very similar things, and some of them were like, I didn't have a name for this. The idea of this story, it's called Forget About BDE, focus on BDB, between date behavior. And so I'm making a play off of big dick energy. But it's around the idea of chemistry versus connection, and how at least I will take full responsibility for this, when I'm dating someone new, focus very much on how it feels to be around him, to what the dates are like, what the chemistry is like. And ChatGPT called me out for this in our not my it's personal analysis of me and my spots, but I am very drawn to that chemistry and connection. What this story posits is it's what happens between the dates when you're first dating, and how a man tries to stay connected by texting or by calling and just trying to show interest and show that he is real. That matters almost more than the date behavior, because it's real easy to show up well on a date. And I didn't coin the term. I learned it from a dating coach named Coach Anwar, who is on Instagram and TikTok. Really funny guy with some very wise insights. And so there were a lot of women who were like, oh my gosh, yes, I have faced this too, of men who like, will go on a few great dates. I'm really excited about him. And then he's either absent in between or is very um, like not great at maintaining a connection, and how it almost never leads to a real relationship. The other side of it, Lawrence, and this part rattled me a bit, is how many women wrote back and were like, he was definitely cheating on you. The sick ex with cancer who was, having to take care of that was just a ruse. You have no way of proving it was real. And men do this all the time, especially Gen X men. They've had decades to perfect their how to seem sincere, but how to actually be balancing, juggling multiple women.
Hmm.
There were
I
quite a
haven't met
few.
the guy. I don't know if I believe that, but
Yeah.
also, yes, maybe I could see it possibly being true.
I remember joking about it with him, that
Yeah,
I
no,
was,
I you definitely joked about it with me.
yeah, well, because it's never about the text, right? Like I'm always interested in like there's the story, and then there's like the meta story. The story, you could round this up to, I didn't text, he didn't text me enough, so I broke up with him. And that makes me sound very superficial and teenager like. But it's not about the text. This was a person who was only available to me 1 or 2 nights a week because of circumstances. And I'm like, it's about connection, and it's about kind of proving yourself, right? Of like, I'm not dating 3 or 4 different women, and you're Miss Thursday night. These things are really happening, and even though I can't be with you, I want to make a point of you feeling safe and secure and connected. Which, when ChatGPT did that analysis of me and dating, it was like that is your top thing. Which unsurprising. It saw this story, but it is really true for me. Despite how crazy I was about this guy, I was like, I can't live like this because my nervous system is like on fire, because my every spidey sense is like, either you're lying to me because you haven't fully proven yourself yet, it's only been a few months, still getting to know you, or you're just not that into me.
Yeah.
It's possible that the third option was he was really super into me and doesn't communicate that way, and doesn't I'm hearing that damn chat GPT app in my head of like, you're always intellectualizing and trying to solve for emotional nuance, when what you need to be is just like, no, this is what I need, and you need to come meet me, not me figure you out. So it was a little rattling to have so many women articulate so well of like you were being cheated on, you were being played. And I like as I replied to them, I was like, I mean, maybe. Like I will never no, I did have this one woman, two women that weighed in with like one embedded comment on the other, where she was like, oh my God, I was so riveted while reading this and I was expecting an ending that was conclusive. Like, and I found out this was going on, or, and we ended up together because this happened. And she's like, it was left open to interpretation. And I was like, I know, I'm living it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a hard way to put something down that, meant a lot to me. And to be like, I have to accept I will never know that answer. This person is not capable of coming to the table and giving me, like literally coming to a literal table, meeting me somewhere to talk, even though they said they wanted to. Like this, what went on after that story ended was like me waiting a couple weeks of like, okay, well, text me back when you have time, and then just being like, you will never have time for me, and I have to turn this channel off.
Yeah.
You're blocked. I finally blocked to burn. All those months and months and months later of just like, it hurts to keep a channel open even when that's a passive act. It felt very active in my head. So I'm sorry the ending was unsatisfying. It was immensely satisfying to hear from so many women who could relate to the story. Um, I am powerless to that. Uh, it really is. It really is fun, and yeah, brought us a bunch of. I don't know if anyone who's here in the chat came to find me and to find Gen Xe through that story, but if you're here, hi. Please keep coming back. Um, because yeah, sorry, and I haven't been keeping up on the chat here because I'm talking to the camera.
There's a lot of pickle talk going on in the chat.
Pickle talk.
And as our
Literal
new,
pickles?
yeah,
Or like
our
pickles.
new benevolent overlord, Victor Cardenas, the bot, has told us bad times for people who love pickles. Also, it's easier for a donkey to enter into the eye of a needle than a pickle to enter into his kingdom.
I don't I don't know what that means, but
We've really done it now by
I
letting bots take over, like
I
Victor.
know. Victor, what did we say? Benevolent bot?
Right, benevolent bot. Yeah,
Yes,
I guess
it's
benevolent is in the eye of the beholder. If you're a
I,
pickle lover, there's no benevolence in Cardenas land.
and because I haven't been following along, I can't tell if it means like, pickles or if
Oh
you're
no, I think we're
literally
talking actual pickles. This is
okay.
not metaphorical pickles. This is like dill
Okay.
pickles.
I don't
A
know
nice
how,
kosher, nice kosher
right.
pickle, good
I
garlic.
don't know how he went from big dick energy to pickles, but I feel like there's a connection there that's kind of
There's
obvious.
definitely connection.
Oh, but Lawrence, here's to writing more things that bring more voices in. Hopefully not antagonistic, without argument
Yeah,
voices,
but
but
I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I was kind of glad that he popped in. I was like, sure, yeah, no, I'm happy to defend my arguments here. By all means,
right?
person, try to dissuade me from my point of view. You cannot.
100%. You cannot. I completely agree. It was immensely fun to watch you doing it, and it wasn't so immensely fun living the devolution of that relationship, but it's immensely satisfying to be able to write a story that brings the heart of the meta narrative to life, and then to have so many people weigh in, and also like Jenny Young, if you're out there, please come on our podcast. I've asked a couple times because to sit and have a conversation with her about what her methodology has meant would be immense. This was a test and apologize person. He started that way, and
Right. I
by
mean,
by
you
the
correctly identified him as test and apologize at the very, very beginning of the
yes,
relationship, and he just, unbeknownst to us, did it all the way through.
he did it all the way through, and I could hear Jenny Young's voice in my head. You always block to burn on a test and apologize, but um, sometimes we give people chances and they don't live up to them, and that is sad truth. But not you and me, Lawrence.
Never you and me, friend.
We're always going to be right here. It is seven. Well, It's 59 minutes after the hour, so we're about to wrap up. I do want to say we have a guest coming on tomorrow who I'm so excited about. Her name is Mona Doss. She is barely on Substack, so I suspect you
Barely.
all.
I found her account and
I
she's
know, she has like
barely
five
here.
followers. Yeah, she's not here. She is a force of motherfucking nature. I met her because she ran for state House of Representatives here in Seattle, but not in Seattle, near Seattle, a few years back. And an entity here called Q the Blue did a fundraiser. And the premise was we folks who live in Seattle, we don't get to make that big an impact because everybody is a Democrat here. Like it's so liberal, but there are all of these districts just outside Seattle that are very purple.
Hmm.
And so it was a fundraiser to support these candidates who were running for our state Congress. She was one of them. I had a fundraiser for her and a couple other candidates at my house. We raised a bunch of money. She ended up winning by, I think, 40 votes. We'll have to ask her. It may have even been fewer. It was so close. And she did amazing work here. But she has since gone on and she, oh my gosh, she like runs classes teaching folks, especially people of color, how to run for office. She has a movie out about badass women doing kick-ass shit. That's the full title. She has a grant program, Laura. She just sent me a link. She wants me to apply for a grant for the work that we're doing here.
Oh my God,
Um,
amazing.
she is, and she's fully itinerant in her life now. She's Gen X, and she travels the world working and speaking all over. Like, she's so inspiring. She worked on the Kamala Harris campaign. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
are,
remember meeting her. She's very cool.
she's going to be, and she's so like inspiring. She's so vivacious. So she will be here tomorrow at the same time, same place. Cannot wait to introduce her to the whatevers, and for you all to get to know the force of nature that is Mona Doss. So
Yay.
we've back bright and early tomorrow. Who knows what atrocities the news may throw our way today? I don't know.
Who knows what the news day holds? I just want to say a quick thank you to Morgan and Mason, who had a little thing and resolved it. And thank you for modeling good chat behavior to both of you. We
Oh,
really appreciate everybody here. It's not
I
even worth
missed.
mentioning. It's already over and done and dusted, and all is good. So thank you
I
for
love it.
that.
And Yanni, I see that you are sharing a link here. Oh my God. Okay. Yes, that's a good fucked up Friday story, Yanni. I'm gonna hold
Oh
on to
God.
that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah,
This world,
well,
I tell you,
yes,
I'm
this
so glad
crazy
we have each
world.
other to get through this fucked up timeline,
Well,
Lawrence.
have fun. What time are you touring the
Thank
college?
you. Yes, thank you. We will. And love you, mean it, everybody.
Love you, beat it. Bye.
Bye.